For decades, every taxpayer in India has been living a double life. You earn money in a financial year, but you file your taxes in an entirely different assessment year. It is confusing, it is a hassle, and for generations, it has been the source of countless mistakes and headaches. But what if I told you the government finally listened, that they took this clunky 60-year-old system and tossed it in the bin? And what if I told you that because of this change, someone earning 12 lakh rupees a year could now legally pay zero income tax? This is not some shady loophole or a complicated investment scheme. As of 1st April 2026, it is the law. The game has totally changed. The government has officially killed the assessment year. In this video, we are going to break down the biggest tax simplification we have seen in decades. I'll explain what the new single tax year means for your salary, your investment, and your sanity. And more importantly, I will walk you through the exact math that makes a 12,75,000 rupee salary completely tax free. And you will want to stick around to the very end because I am going to reveal a hidden trap in this transition that is designed to catch millions of taxpayers off guard this filing season. You really cannot afford to miss this. Section 1. The old nightmare of the assessment year. Before we pop the champagne, let us pour one out for the nightmare we all endured. Why did everyone hate the old system? It all boiled down to one big unnecessary complication, the split between the previous year and the assessment year. Think of it this way. Imagine you were born on January 1st, 1990, but the government insisted your official birthday was January 1st, 1991. For your entire life, you would have to do this weird mental math. Okay, my real age is X, but my official age is X plus 1. It sounds insane, right? But that is exactly what our tax system made us do. You earned your salary from April 2024 to March 2025, the financial year, but when you went to file your taxes in July 25, the form demanded you use the assessment year 25-26. This constant mental gymnastic was a huge pain. Every form, every tax payment, every chat with your CA was a dance around these two terms. Do you mean the year you earned it or the year you are being assessed for it? This was not just annoying, it had real consequences. How many people accidentally put the wrong year on a tax challan and had their payment go missing? How many got a scary notice from the tax department just because of a simple typo born from this confusion? It made us dependent on tax pros for something that should have been very simple. This whole mess was a symptom of a much bigger problem, the Income Tax Act of 1961. The law had become a monster. At its worst, it was a sprawling document with over 800 sections, countless subsections, and a word count in lakhs. It was a law written for lawyers, not for regular people. The system was practically begging for a change. Section 2, the new dawn, the tax year. And now that change is here, effective 1st April 2026, the Income Tax Act 1961 has been repealed and replaced with the brand new Income Tax Act of 2025. It is the single greatest achievement, the complete and total abolition of previous year and assessment year. They are gone, dead, and buried. In their place, the new law introduces a single, unified, and wonderfully simple concept, the tax year. So what is a tax year? It is exactly what you think it is. The year you earn your income is the tax year you file for. That is it. Let me say that again. The income you earn between 1st April 2026 and March 31st, 2027 belongs to the tax year 26-27. When you file your return, the form will say tax year 26-27. No more translating dates, no more second guessing yourself. The year you live in is the year you file for. It is so logical. You have to wonder why it took so long. But this is not just a name change. The simplification goes much deeper. The entire act has been rewritten from scratch to be clearer and easier to read. The number of sections has been slashed from over 800 in the old act to a more manageable 536. They have cut the total word count almost in half. They did this by getting rid of old pointless rules, organizing all the tedious sections into simple tables, and explaining complex ideas with basic formulas right in the main text. This is a total shift in philosophy, moving away from a system designed to be confusing and scary towards one that empowers you to understand your own finances. Section 3, what it means for your wallet, the big wins. Simpler is great, but let us get to the part you really care about. How much cash does this new act put back in your pocket? While the tax rates themselves have not been slashed, the government has supercharged the new default tax regime, and it is a massive win for the salaried middle class. Let us start with the headline news. Under the new default regime, the government has cranked up the tax rebate under Section 87A. The bottom line is, if your total taxable income is up to 12 lakhs, your final tax bill is zero. But wait, it gets even better. The new act also gives a boost to the standard deduction for all salaried employees and pensioners. It has been raised from the old 50,000 to a new, much healthier limit of 75,000. Now let us put these two things together. This is where the magic happens. Say your gross salary is 12,75,000. First, you knock off the new standard deduction of 75,000. That brings your taxable income down to exactly 12 lakhs. And what's the tax on 12 lakhs under the new regime? Thanks to that supercharged 87A rebate, it is a big, beautiful zero. Just let that sink in. A salary of 12,75,000 and you pay no income tax. A year ago, a person earning this would have paid tens of thousands. Today, that money stays in your bank account. That is an extra 5 or 6,000 rupees of spending money every single month. And the good news does not stop there. The government has finally recognized how crazy rents are in India's big cities. For years, only people in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai could claim the higher HRA exemption of 50% of their basic salary. The new income tax rules 2026 have now extended this 50% HRA benefits to other four major hubs like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, and Ahmedabad. What does that mean for you? Let us say you live in Bengaluru and your basic salary is 60,000 a month. Under the old rules, you could only claim 40%. Now you can claim 50%. That single change could boost your tax exempt HRA by up to 6,000 a month, saving you as much as 72,000 in a taxable income over a year. That is enough for a family trip or a nice chunk of a down payment. If you're already feeling a bit richer just hearing about this and you appreciate getting your financial news straight, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We break down these complex changes every week so you can always stay ahead of the game. Section 4, the hidden trap, the catch you cannot ignore. Zero tax, a simpler law, higher deduction, it all sounds incredible. Almost too good to be true, and with any government change, there is always a catch. There is a hidden trap in the switch from the old act to the new, and it is buried in the fine print. Ignoring this could lead to a wrong tax filing and some nasty penalties. Here is the trap. The new Income Tax Act of 2025 and all its awesome benefits kick in from April 1st, 2026. This means they apply to the money you earn from this date onwards for what we now call tax year 26-27. But what about the income from the year that just ended? The salary you got from 1st April 2025 to 31st March 2026, that income is still completely governed by the old and now dead Income Tax Act of 1961. This means when you sit down to file your tax return in July 2026, you are doing it for the last year's income. For one last time, you will see the words assessment year 26-27 on the tax portal. And critically, all the new benefits we just talked about, the 75,000 standard deduction, zero tax above up to rupees 12 lakhs do not apply to the return you are filing now in 2026. They only count for the return you will file in 2027. The danger is that millions of people will hear new tax rule and just assume these huge benefits apply to their next tax filing. They might figure their tax is zero, file a wrong return, and then get a shock when a tax notice from the tax department shows up demanding the unpaid tax plus interest and penalties. For one final year, you have to live in two tax worlds. File your taxes under the old law while you plan your money under the new one. Do not get caught up in this. Conclusion. So let us do a quick recap of this historic change. 1. The confusing 2-year system is dead. The assessment year is gone, replaced by a simple intuitive tax year. 2. The new default tax regime is a huge win for the middle class with a bigger standard deduction of 75,000 and a powerful rebate of a salary up to rupees 12,75,000 is now tax free. 3. And most importantly, watch out for the hidden trap. These new benefits are for the money you will be earning now in the tax year 26-27 and not for the tax return you are filing in a few months for last year. This is without a doubt one of the biggest and most taxpayer-friendly reforms in the recent memory. It simplifies, clarifies, and puts more money back into the hands of people who earned it. What do you think about this massive tax overhaul? Is this the simplification you have been waiting for, or do you see other problems on the horizon? Let me know your honest opinion in the comments below, and please share this video with a family or a friend. Spreading the word about that hidden trap could save someone you know from a ton of stress and money. Thank you for watching.
Follow Pocket Tax Lawyer for more such tax insights and legal updates.